The movie begins with a guy named Sam, who is traveling by train. His life is not going well at all. He faces trouble at every turn. It turns out he is heading to a desolate, desert-like city where he has to start a new job. On the train, he is sitting alone eating his meal. And a woman sits across from him. She also has a child. Seeing Sam's situation, she gives her meal to him. Now, when he gets off at the station, the entire place is empty. The company had said that a guy named Rick would come to pick him up. Sam looks around. Then, he sees a man in a room. Sam tries to talk to him, but the man ignores him. Sam asks him, "Where's the room?" The man points and indicates. Sam, angry yet silent, goes to the restroom. Later, he hears a man's voice outside. "Hurry up, brother, even water costs money here." Rick should take Sam to the company. Sam says, "Done." As they drove to the company, Rick said, "I'm leaving, and you must pay $300 for the travel," which surprised Sam. Company said it's $200, Rick angrily says. "Pay $300 or leave." Sam thinks there's no choice. He agrees, it's hot. Sam turns on the AC, but Rick angrily warns, "Don't touch it or the engine stalls." Suddenly, the car's tire. Rick gets a flat but does nothing, telling Sam, "Change the tire." Sam starts, needing to, while seeing mutts attack each other. Sam becomes very scared. Rick asks, "Why are you trembling?" Sam then attacks the wounded dog to prevent further trouble. Sam changes the tire with great difficulty. Then both get back in the car, stop the car at night to refuel. They plan to spend the night there, gather firewood, and build a fire. He asks Sam why he's going to a distant company. Sam replies, "Life's tough. I don't want to rely on anyone, and I'm sure I'll get a good job at that company." Rick says, "You're a good person, but where you're going, everyone will be bloodsuckers." Sam says, "A decent guy doesn't survive there. Let's see what happens." The next day, Sam drives as Rick falls asleep. Due to the heat, Sam discreetly activates the AC. Later, the engine stalls, waking Rick, who reprimands Sam. "Hey, I told you not to mess with the AC," he says angrily before exiting. Sam follows, apologizing to Rick. Rick becomes angrier and yells, "Shut up, I didn't hear what you said." Then Sam goes to pee and soon sees a shining stone. He approaches closely, sees it's pure gold, immediately calls Rick, who comes to check it out. "I'm not dreaming." When Rick sees it, he's startled, pulls out a lighter, lights a fire on the rock, and says if it turns black, it's just stone. Otherwise, pure gold would remain like a rock, confirming its presence. Now they take out their gear and dig pits to extract gold. They put in all their effort, but the rock doesn't even move. Using a rope, he tries to tie the gold to a vehicle so he can drag it. But the rope breaks because the gold is heavy. After that, both keep digging all day as the sun starts to set. Rick says to quickly gather wood. "Wild dogs roam around and might attack us at night, but if we light a fire, they'll flee in fear." Both gather wood and light a fire. They sing and dance happily. Rick hugs Sam, promising to get him a fully air-conditioned car. At night, they make plans. Rick says, this large gold-bearing rock is too big to extract even after months of digging. Therefore, one person will stay here near it, and another will go to. "Bring a digging machine," Sam said. "You get it, I'll handle the rock." Rick replied, "No, you go. I'll stay nearby." Wild desert with animals around. "You can't handle it," Rick warns. "I'm tough," Sam replies. "You're a thief and might steal the gold. How can I trust you?" Rick says, "Okay, brother, I'll handle the gold." The next day, they distribute rations. Rick gives Sam a satellite phone to stay in contact and says, "I'll bring a friend's digging machine, just pray the vehicle doesn't break down on the way. It might take me 5 days to come back," and then he leaves. Sam covers the bed with dirt so that if anyone passes by, they cannot see the bed. He also sets up a small tent near the rock and keeps all his belongings inside it. Before sunset, he gathers firewood so he can build a fire at night. At night, he makes a fire and sits by it, eats a little and saves the rest. Suddenly he hears the sounds of wild dogs and he realizes, because being alone makes him easy prey. He becomes scared and goes to sleep with a knife in his hand. The next morning, his eyes open to the bright sunlight. It's very hot and he's exhausted. He hasn't fully rested, and the sun's heat is burning his skin. Then he hears the ringtone of the satellite phone. Sam runs to the phone. But the call has been cut, and he sees someone sitting in the tent asleep. And he thinks he'll first buy a big house by selling gold. Sam wanders a short distance in the nearby area. He sees a crashed plane. He quickly goes near the crashed plane and decides to stay there. But the gold rock from there is away. It is out of his sight. So he gathers some pieces of the plane and sets up a tent near the rock. Sam begins to rest for a while, so he can save water and reduce fatigue. Suddenly, noises are heard outside, like someone is stealing the hollow rock. He goes outside, but nothing happens. The rock stays unchanged as he sits nearby. He gets an idea to cut a piece of gold from the rock. He starts breaking the gold, and he breaks a large piece, cleans it, and keeps it with him. Meanwhile, Rick calls and Sam replies, "Oh brother, where are you? Sun complicates things. Rick's engine broke down, he'll be late." Sam urges, "Hurry up." Dying of thirst, Rick says, "Give me a few days to come," hangs up. At night, Sam sits by fire. Then the dogs start barking from all around. Sam fears that all the dogs might attack at once. He grabs a burning stick in his hand. He spends the night scared of the dogs that run away. In the morning, his sunburned skin and pain keep him from sleeping. He goes to fetch water, but there's very little left. Suddenly, he sees a snake coming towards him. He tries to kill it to eat, because his food is almost gone. But while killing the snake, the water bottle falls, and only a little water is left. He returns to the plain area, hoping to find food and drink. Suddenly, he sees someone approaching and quickly hides inside the plane. But the person comes near the plane and asks Sam to come out. He comes and finds out that it's a girl who wants to talk to him. But Sam isn't ready to talk to her. The girl asks why he's sitting there and chose that place. Sam remains silent. After a while, Sam tells the girl she can stay in this plane and leaves. She says, "You're hiding something from me." The girl follows Sam to the camp, repeatedly asking, "How did you get here?" Sam becomes nervous and starts to think. Sam tells the girl, before he sees the gold, "You must leave." "Why are you here? There's no need for you to stay." "I won't leave until I find out why you're trying to drive me away from here. You must be hiding some secret from me." At that moment, she notices the gold. But she says, "All right, you're now the gold's owner, take all the treasure yourself. Listen to me. I won't leave until I get half of it." Sam gets enraged, picks up a stick and hits her directly on her head. The girl dies there. Sam is in shock, he can't believe he killed someone out of greed. He then collects himself, gathers all his valuables, digs a hole, and buries her corpse. A little while later, he sees that a dog is coming and trying to dig the corpse out of the hole. Pam runs over, drives the dog away, and pulls out the corpse. He sets the body on fire. Next day, he wakes to a ringing phone. Sam tells Rick, "I'm starving. If you don't come soon, I'll die of hunger and thirst," Rick says. "Sorry, I know you're in trouble, I'm coming fast." But this excavating machine is very slow, requiring more time and making Sam anxious. Dehydrated and fearing wild animal attacks, he struggles until a vehicle passes by the road, igniting hope within him. Why not take a piece of gold and leave from here, but his greed for more gold held him back. If he had wanted, he could have taken a piece of gold. It could have changed his life, but his desire for more stopped him. Sam gathers wood before night as a strong sandy storm arrives. He runs toward the tent, but the storm blows it away. Sam runs around trying to save his life, but a tree falls on him just then. After the storm subsides, Sam finds himself buried in the dirt. A piece of wood had protruded around his abdomen. Sam's greed for gold grew so intense that instead of removing the wood from his stomach, he headed directly to the gold's location. He searches all around for gold, and finally finds a piece. Sam jumps with joy, then pulls the wood out of his stomach. And a lot of blood starts coming from the wound. He takes a piece of cloth and ties the wound, but the blood doesn't stop. Out of necessity, he lights a fire and heats a piece of a container. Then he applies it to the wound. This causes Sam so much pain. He faints, then regains consciousness after a while. He sees the girl he killed everywhere, causing his mind to spin. He doesn't understand whether it's real or an illusion. At that moment, his phone rings. Rick calls, telling Sam to chill, buddy. That girl appears everywhere. Rick says, "Which girl? Keep the gold hidden. If revealed, kill her." However, Sam's condition is so bad that he can't even stand on his own feet. He is crawling on the ground and doesn't have the courage to respond. Suddenly, the same girl appears in front of him, but this time, she has no wounds on her face, gives Sam water, asks for help, but Sam, blinded by greed for gold, has become fixated. He even refuses help. Sam fearfully says, "I killed you." "Stay away," asks, "Tell me this. Has my twin sister passed through here?" Then Sam believes that this is not an illusion, but rather the sister of the same girl he had killed. He says, "No, I didn't see anything. Just leave." The girl walks away. After, wild dogs approach and surround her on all sides. He urgently calls Rick, asking, "Where are you? Hurry or these dogs will kill me," crying. He pleads, "Please come quickly, I'm dying." Rick replies, "Hold on, I'm arriving." Suddenly, the dogs attack, gnawing at her one by one. Here we see that Rick is sitting away from Sam, watching everything through a telescope. In reality, he had reached there with the machine several days earlier and was waiting for Sam to die alone. After that, Rick stands hidden, remaining concealed from everyone's view. He sees wild dogs dragging Sam away, yet Sam is looking towards the gold, after which the wild dogs gnaw and eat Sam. When it's certain that Sam is dead, he comes to retrieve the gold with a vehicle. But suddenly an arrow comes and hits him straight in the chest, and he dies as well. The one who fired the arrow is none other than the girl's twin sister.